Hey guys, Tic Tac One here. So I just wanted to say before we start off, what if Naruto had infinite chakra, that I now have a Patreon. It's by the same name. It's Tic Tac One. You can sub, and I'll be. It explains everything that you can get from it. All you people are like, man, he's showing out. Shut up! I don't have a house. All right. My roof caved in yesterday. Jesus. Like, do you think I'd be shilling for money if I had an option? Like, if the pay money, get more infinite chakra. What do you want from me? Okay? Alright, well, let's start the video. Shit. His target is Sasuke, Naruto says out loud. I can't have them run like I was planning. But this guy's way stronger than me. And that's when Naruto hears it. Naruto, I'll give you all my power, without the malice or ill intent. But you can only handle it for a small time. And I can't help you control it. So be smart. Limit yourself. You only have about 30 minutes to finish this. Okay. Thank you, Karama, Naruto says as he gets himself ready. A small smile appears, and a whole cloak of chakra covers his entire body, orange and glowing, seriously powerful. Naruto rushes in, kicking Orochimaru in the chest, but underestimating that power, he sends him flying about 12 kilometers away. Yep, needing to get back quickly, Orochimaru actually summons a snake to ride back, and is back in actually seconds. Well, that's actually pretty fast for a snake, Naruto chuckles out, his entire body actually hurting. KCM, he can use it, but not very well. It's literally ripping his body to shreds. Orochimaru goes to open his mouth, but in seconds, Naruto's fist slams into his face, exploding his skull and sending him crashing into a tree. Holy crap, Kurama! How much power have you been holding out on me? You technically only asked for the power. You never actually needed it. But against Orochimaru, you will need it. Naruto's nine-tailed eyes go actually feral. This is the one that's caused Lord Third so much pain. Yes. I won't let him escape. Orochimaru actually grows a new head, which Naruto was expecting after he heard his name. So, you want to run crying from the village like last time, or do you want to finish this? Either way, it ends with your death. Orochimaru is seeing red and transforms into his snake mode, his most powerful but most vulnerable state. Naruto actually knows this, and with a brilliant flash of light, he kicks down on the snake's neck. But here's a poof. He sees the real Orochimaru head for Sasuke. Naruto smiles. Nope! And uses the flying Raijin mark he left on Sasuke to kick Orochimaru away. Orochimaru knows he isn't going to win. Damn it, kid! You won this round, but I'll be back and more powerful than you could ever get! Naruto tries to chase him, but Orochimaru burns up into nothing. Damn it! Naruto screams with a primal roar, but he falls out of his nine-tails power. You're kidding me! That couldn't have been 30 minutes. You shortened the time. The chakra had to heal your ripped tendons and torn muscles instantly to keep you in the fight. You also lost control several times. I need to get the seal off to help you regulate the power. That, or you need a stronger body. Well, if I showed Jiraiya this state, he'll definitely give me the key. Hopefully. Also, brace for this. Naruto falls and collapses in utter pain, and Sakura and Sasuke both jump to catch him before he hits the ground. It's a few hours before Naruto wakes up, but there's no sound getting. There's no point to it. Naruto kicked Orochimaru across the whole entire map. They're not fucking with that. And Orochimaru wouldn't want them to. See, a lot of people believe that Orochimaru would send his servants to death for no point. But if there's nothing that can be gained, he's not going to waste a useful tool. Even the pink-haired girl from the team, from the stats that Kabuto reported seemed useless, has gotten enough power to rival his own Genju specialist Kin. So no, he's not going to be sending in his people just to die for no point. And yes, to answer your question, I am going to have Sakura focus on Genjutsu and medical ninjutsu, because Kishimoto may fail at utilizing the third member of the team, but I sure as shit won't. Anyways, with both the scrolls, Naruto actually slaps his hand on the ground and calls out, "Summoning Jutsu!" He summons a great toad. Not Gamabunta this time. That happened, Gamabunta made him ride on his back for a week. No, that is not going to happen again. This toad is... I think it's Gamamaru, the one with the staff and shield. Anyways. But Naruto doesn't mind. "Hey, can you take me and my friends over to the tower, please?" Sure thing, Naruto. But I am rather clumsy, so please forgive me." And with that, they skip all the Genjutsu shenanigans and head straight to the tower. As they arrive in the tower, they are not the first ones there. There are two teams. One is the Suna team that Naruto sees Gaara for the first time in this story, and he can literally feel the bloodlust and hatred. He hears Kurama saying something in his own mind and sighs. "This is trouble," he says out loud. Naruto's eyes move from Gaara, who he's already started making plans for, and lets them drift on to Temari. A girl with dusty blonde hair and tan skin. She wears a thick tan robe with fishnet at the top. If she had any cleavage, it would be exposed. Naruto chuckles at the thought. "Damn it, Aroseni! You're starting to rub off on me!" He chuckles and then shivers in fear. He had only met the legendary Sanin Tsunade once, but she had told him that if he ever started acting like Jiraiya, she would crush him into paste. Naruto sighs, trying to drive the thoughts off, and thinks more analytically. He sees the giant war fan she has on her back. A wind user? He chuckles. When Naruto started his journey to learn every jutsu in the leaf, he was disappointed after they tested his affinity. It was wind, and there were very few wind jutsu in Konoha. Granted, Naruto knew over 10,000 jutsu, but for his own affinity, he only had about 15. That was severely low for him. According to Hiruzen, the fact that Naruto has infinite chakra reserves meant he didn't have to worry about affinities. But still, wind was by far the easiest to learn for him, and it saddened him that the village didn't have many to learn. He made a note to see if he could ask Tsuna officials to share any wind if he could, then moved on to the puppet user, Kankuro. And he did not like him one bit. Kankuro had actually poisoned him there in their last fight, and when he stepped in to defend Konohamaru. To be willing to poison an allied shinobi outside of the exams, there was something wrong with him. Naruto thought, maybe there's something wrong with the whole team, but he didn't get the same sense from Temari. Maybe she was just there to keep the other two in line. But Naruto thought less of it, because she was weaker than both of them, and the redhead would probably kill her for that. Naruto's eyes drifted on to the other team that was there. A boy with raven black hair and skin showed that he hadn't, and pale skin showed that he hadn't been in the sun a day in his life. Another boy with pale skin and white hair, wearing the same uniform as Sai. He looked a little sickly, but by no means was he on his deathbed. And then there was a Kunoichi. Naruto's heart literally stopped. He did his best to break whatever genjutsu someone had put him in. Kai! Naruto yelled, but nothing happened. Rage started to take his mind more and more. Kai! Through gritted teeth, he yells the word yet again. Kai! As a Kyuubi's chakra starts to flare and leak out of him. Subconsciously, his fury could not be contained as well. And the people around him were noticing, especially the girl he was staring at. No one could say that Naruto was a person without goals. One such goal, the old man had told him, was impossible. No. A flashback to when Naruto was 7. Naruto was in his room at Jiraiya's house. He was on a spy mission, and it had been a particularly rough day. The villagers, while some treated him as a hero that his father desired, others maintained their hate in their heart. Some even tried to discredit the fact that he was his father's son, saying it was a ploy to get them to trust the demon, and that the Hokage had been caught in the demon's control. Hiruzen quickly put those fools to eternal rest. He would have no insurrection in his village. Today Naruto was looking at a mask that reminded him of his mother. It was a kitsune, the same mask his mother supposedly wore in the Anbu. Naruto snickered when he thought about it. Was that foreshadowing or what? Still, the shop owner who had always hated Naruto noticed his gaze. Before Naruto could even do anything, he pushed him down. He was pushed down hard by the shop owner. A few people had come to stop the madness, but the man just screamed, "Here! I know the one you want!" He threw the mask hard at Naruto's face. It impacted and drew blood from his forehead. Naruto was so shocked, he just grabbed the mask and ran away. He ran home and sat on the bed crying. Hiruzen arrived to the scene. He was furious, and he would have ended the shopkeep right there. But by the time the Anbu got there, the shop was embroiled in flames. Not normal ones either. These had been started by a high-powered jutsu, likely by a Jonin rank ninja. The man was being held down by a few ninja to keep him from rushing to his death. Hiruzen felt no sympathy. He simply strolled up to the man, putting on his kind old man act. Hokage-sama! My shop! My home! It's gone! Hiruzen placed a hand on the man, softly. Do you have any family here? Hiruzen asked plainly. No, sir. My only son died on the day of the Kyuubi attack. I have no one here, the man said. Hiruzen looked down at the man and smiled wryly. Well then, you have nothing to keep you in this village. Now leave before I put you in prison. You have 5 hours. The old man said, his grandfatherly smile in stark contrast to the venomous words that had just poured out of his mouth. The civilians were disturbed, but also they were happy. The Prince of Konoha must be protected. Anyone who dares hurt him would feel the wrath of the village, and the Yondan's most loyal supporters. Hiruzen would find out the ninja that started the fire. He could not have rogue elements, but still, he'd probably give him a raise instead. Naruto, my boy, I heard what had happened. Hiruzen asked, a little worried. He knew Naruto would be saddened when he heard what happened to the shop owner. He was a sensitive boy, and he didn't like his existence to harm others. Especially not the villagers, even when they deserved it. I just wanted the mask, Naruto said with a hollow voice, holding the kitsune mask to his chest. A lesser person would think Naruto was drawn to the foxes due to the Kyuubi's presence. Hiruzen knew the true reason, but asked anyways. Naruto, what drew you to the mask? Hiruzen said in a grandfatherly voice. Everyone always talks about how great my father was, but despite being an S-rank Kunoichi, no one talks about my mom. I wanted a piece of her, and Kakashi told me she used to be an Anbu with a kitsune mask. I read her service record when I found out her code name. She was amazing, but no one cares about her. I just wanted to have a piece of her. Naruto said, and Hiruzen felt instant guilt. He thought it was more important that Naruto knew of his father, since his mother's enemies only knew of her as Kitsune. He was a fool. But he had something that would make Naruto feel a little better. Naruto, do you know of your mother's clan? Hiruzen asked. The dumbfounded look on Naruto's face sent Hiruzen into a small rage. What the hell were they teaching this boy? He needed to know where he came from. He would have to pay closer attention to Naruto's Jonin tutoring sessions to make sure they weren't just filling his head with jutsu. Naruto, your mother was from the Uzumaki clan, a clan from Uzushio-Gakure. They were proud warriors, skilled with funjutsu and kenjutsu, as well as a litany of wind and water style ninjutsu. One of their genin on the battlefield was equal to, if not greater than, our Chunin, and could probably take some Jonin if they needed to. Naruto smiled at this. His mother's clan was truly amazing. What happened to them? Did they not want anything to do with me? Naruto asked, and this broke Hiruzen's heart. How could he tell Naruto that his mother's clan was completely destroyed? That he was the last living member? He had to. Naruto, Uzushio fell in the Second Ninja War by an alliance between Kiri, Kumo, and Iwa. A third of each nation's forces gathered to wipe out Uzushio, the home of the Uzumaki. And though their armies were reduced to tatters, they succeeded. This brought sadness to Naruto. Well, maybe we can bring them back to Konoha. How many survivors were there? Naruto asked, knowing that Konoha had helped with clan restoration in the past, but Hiruzen just frowned. Unfortunately, it seems that you are the last of the Uzumaki. Your mother was the only survivor that we have any knowledge of. We have searched for them, but it had to be put off at the start of the Third Ninja War. Hiruzen said somberly. Sadness had overcome Naruto. So, I can't bring them back. I'm the last one and I'm not even full Uzumaki. Naruto said disheartened. Don't worry, Naruto. While Uzu had fallen, they made sure their knowledge would be preserved. They sent their entire library, all their jutsu, all their kata, all their important artifacts to your mother. She stored them in the vault, and not even I can access it. And she wanted me to give them to you when she became a Chunin, should anything happen to her. So, while your clan may not be what it once was, you can still take solace in the fact that their memories and techniques will never fade. Hiruzen said it was a small comfort, to be sure, but it was all he could offer. Thank you, old man, Naruto said. He looked at the hidden leaf from the window, wondering what it would have been like to have family. Back to the Chunin exams. Naruto was radiating bloodlust and anger, staring at the girl who by now had noticed his anger and his looks. Instead of freaking out or being worried, she approached him, and she smiled, putting her hands on his shoulder with a sunny smile gracing her face. Hi, I'm Uzumaki Kimiko. It's nice to meet you, Naruto.